Hi everybody, and welcome to Dreamery Videocast number 31. My name is Kelly, and I run sheepdreamery.com, where I sell beautiful hand-dyed yarn. So, what's new? Has everybody had a wonderful week? A terrific week? Did everybody have a happy Canada Day? A happy 4th of July? It rained on our 4th of July, so we didn't really do anything. But that's okay, because I wasn't in the mood. Where was I the last time I was talking to you guys? I don't even remember. Alright, first of all, you like my do? I'll be talking about this in a minute. Okay. Maybe I should talk about, I'm doing Tour de Fleece, and I am spinning. Oh, and I forgot to get the other, dang it. Okay, so this is what I'm spinning right now. I think I showed you guys this last week, though. This is my Punk Pony bat that I bought from the lovely Boutros Babe, Heather of Highland Handmaids. Come on, stupid thing. Ugh. Well, it's sparkly, and it's pink, and it's black. And I like it so far. This is my first time. Uh-oh. Oh, my hair, my turban. This is like my first time doing stuff with a bat, so it's fun, but it's also like out of control. Like, somebody needs to make bags for bats, because this is huge. This is gigantic. This is a lot. So I just like tear off a strip and then go, but it's still like crazy and out of control and ever expanding. And so if somebody made bat bags, that would be a good idea. Now I've got fiber stuck to my face. Oh, that's my hair. Ugh. So that's what I'm doing. I am participating in Team HOAR, H-O-A-R. They have their own separate group from the Tour de Fleece group. And then in the Team HOAR group, there's also my special team, which is called Team Collapsing Taco. To enter into that, all you need to do is take a picture of your spun yarn with a collapsed taco. There are many of us in the world who are incapable of eating a taco without it completely collapsing on us. And for those of us who make the effort to still eat the taco, despite most of it winding up on the plate, and spinning, you're showing that, hey, I'm not a complete klutz. I can spin. I can't eat a taco, but I can spin. So, you can go on over there and post a picture. It has to be, you're eating a taco for dinner, it's collapsed, and you have to put your spun yarn next to it in the picture for an entry. 1 yarn and taco per entry. And I don't know what you'll win yet. It'll be something. It'll be fiber. It won't be yarn. Don't worry about that. What what else? So we didn't do jackety crap for 4th of July, which was fine with me, which was okay. And then on Saturday, there was a concert here that I had been planning to take my son to, but the weather forecasts that I was looking at were calling for an 80% chance of thunderstorms, and the concert was going to be outdoors. And so I asked him, do you want to risk seeing Ben Folds outside in the rain with a chance of thunderstorms? Or, since he tours pretty much year-round, would you like for me to buy you a ticket to an indoor concert at a later time? He was like, yeah, we'll do it indoors. So, and it wound up that, I tell you, things in my house get so weird. So, like, taking him to this concert had been in the works because I took my other son to the Coheed and Cambria concert, and that's a whole story. So I was like, my other kid had a birthday coming up, and I figured Ben Folds is coming. He loves Ben Folds. I'll take him to see Ben Folds because I also love Ben Folds. So that was going to be like our little bonding thing. And then I got a weird text from my other son saying, oh, can I go to the concert with you guys? Dad said he'll buy me a ticket. I was like, I guess. And he's like, well, Dad and his girlfriend are going to go, but they'll only buy me a ticket if you can pick me up and take me to the concert. It's like, this is ridiculous. It's just all these little tiny things that add up to weirdness. And so, in the end, I'm glad that my ex-husband and his girlfriend got to go see the concert. And that I didn't have to try to enjoy myself while they were around, if that makes any sense. I mean, I don't have any, anger or hate towards them or anything, but, going to that concert was something that I was really looking forward to, and I had no idea, my ex-husband even liked Ben Folds, and I love Ben Folds' music. It's very, emotional to me, and it's something that I listened to pretty much the entire time I was going through my divorce. So it just would have been awkward. It's not like we would have been standing next to each other or anything, but it would have been weird. So, anyway, that's my story for that. Here's my little sticker. What else am I going to talk about? I have been watching The White Queen. It is not available in the United States yet, so I cannot tell you how I've been watching it, but I have been watching it, and I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it, and I've read all of the books that Philippa Gregory has written about her version of the history of these women. And so I really like it. The one that was on, last night? Sunday night? Or was it Saturday night? Maybe it was Sunday night. The one on Sunday night, there was a part where, and you have to understand that, these books are fiction based on history. So what the author does is she is a researcher. I really admire all of the research that she does and all the effort that she puts into things. And after she researches these historical people, she tries to kind of piece everything together and kind of determine the women's side of things, because that didn't often get recorded. It was more, this baby was born, it was a girl, it died. And then you don't know anything. Um, but, and also she's doing this from a lot of different angles. So one of the things on Sunday night was where Richard Neville was marrying his daughter off to one of the sons of Margaret d'Anjou. And, like, he was so freaking confident that, you know, this was going to play out in his best interest. And I'm sitting there and I was like, yeah, whoever wrote this actual scene for the show has it totally wrong, because Jaquetta Woodville was one of Margaret d'Anjou's very close friends. And so it was like, I turned to my husband, I was like, that scene was complete bullcrap. There's no way that Margaret d'Anjou would have put up with him being all slimy and nasty like that. Even though the marriage happened, the interpretation that the writers of the show came up with for how it all went down, I cannot believe it all. So, as I'm telling him that, I was like, no way, those chicks were friends, man. It would not go down like that. And then later on, Richard Neville is trying to put Jaquetta Woodville on trial for witchcraft. And she kind of brings up, look here, buddy, I have backup. If there's anybody who can vouch for me as being a good person, it's the woman who is now the mother-in-law to your daughter, Margaret d'Anjou. And Richard Neville was like, oh. So I was like, yes, redeemed. So, I really enjoyed it. I like the show. You know, we don't know exactly how things went down, but you can sort of surmise and take educational guesses. And then, of course, you have to add in a little bit of fiction, because there's just not enough written about what happened to the women in the past. So that's why, like, genealogy is another important thing to me. I spent extra time doing genealogy stuff. And actually, one of my goals... Hold on, need a drink. One of my goals with Sheep Dreamery is to earn enough money to be able to attend a class that is held at Boston University. It's a 12-week class, and it's $3,000. But it's the best class on genealogy, and you can become a certified genealogist through that. And that's like one of my goals that I would really love to be able to do also. Because I love diving into the past. I love doing detective work and figuring things out like that. And I consider it fun. I'm terrible at math, but I'm great at digging up anything else. So, let's see what else. True Blood. Did you watch it the other night? I won't spoil anything for you, but that Eric Northman, that was one hot man. Hot. So hot. So hot. Give me some vampire blood on him any day. Isn't that terrible? Okay. And then, my week of misery. It really, last week just started it off horribly. Absolutely horribly. Um, I think I mentioned the other week that my grandmother had been in the hospital because she was refusing to eat, and so she was admitted for malnutrition because she thought just drinking 1 can of Boost a day was going to be enough to get her through. Um, and she's in her early 80s. So they had, after they stabilized her or whatever, she was sent to a rehabilitation center. And she did not stay. I don't know the entire story because I'm just getting it all in text messages from my dad. And apparently she got out and was back at home with my grandfather, who was also in his early 80s. And then I do not know what happened, but she was then admitted over that weekend, the weekend before 4th of July, she was admitted for dementia. Which makes me sad. And I don't know what's going to happen, and I really don't get to have a decision in what happens because I can't afford to help in anything, and I'm not in Maryland, so I can't be there. And that makes me sad. I really feel like I need to be back in Maryland. So I got that from my dad, and then my mom called the next day and told me that her tumor markers are up. So her tumor markers are in the 70s right now. And she's not sure if she's going to be doing more chemo or not. It seems like she was just doing chemo in April. I don't know. I'm not a doctor. I really haven't done a lot of researching in it, but my mom was diagnosed with breast cancer in 2006, and it was stage 4 at that time, and it developed into metastatic cancer, which means that the cancer spread the cancer spread from her breasts to another vital place, and for my mom, that's her liver. So my mom has tumor markers on her liver that are not going away, I guess. And so that's stressful. It's another reason why I feel like I really need to be out in Maryland. But I can't because my husband needs me here. He's still ill. And if this is your first time watching, in the middle of June last month, he was diagnosed with diverticulitis with a fistula. If you'd like to go look that up, you can. And things are not getting better for him. He was off of antibiotics for a week, and now he's back on antibiotics. And he was supposed to have, okay, where do I start? Because something really freaky happened last Sunday. He called the doctor, the regular general practitioner, and she prescribed him more antibiotics and said, call the surgeon and let them know what's going on. And so he called the surgeon, and they said, okay, we'll move your appointment up to the 8th. And it's like, okay, good. And then on Friday of this week, they called and told him that he couldn't come in on the 8th. Apparently, the way that the hospital works, I don't even know. My husband's uninsured. We know that we're going to be paying for a surgery. And any appointments, we pay up front. So, even though he has no insurance, they wouldn't take him as patient today because the hospital is working on his financial aid. There's no way we're going to get financial aid from the hospital in the first place. But because the hospital itself is working to get financial aid for him, which we're never going to get, he has to go to a free clinic that's only open once a month. So, even though weird things are happening and he's in pain and he's on another course of antibiotics, he will not get to see the surgeon until 2 weeks from now. And it kind of sucks. It kind of sucks to be treated like he's being treated just because he doesn't have insurance. It's just... So, there was that. And also our dryer broke. The button that you push to turn the dryer on actually fell into the panel that holds the whatchamajig. You know, like when you're going to push the button. Well, my husband pushed it and it went all the way in and down. So we couldn't turn the dryer on. And because our dryer is a gas operated dryer, we had to have an appliance guy come out and kind of help us with that. That was $180 because he had to replace the entire panel because that's how GE works. So everything is terrible. Good news is the dog's happy and healthy. The cat's alive. My kids are fine. And people did buy my pattern when I had it on sale through Ravelry, which was good. I made a couple dollars. Not a ton. Not as much as I was hoping. And then people have been buying yarn, and there's still yarn there to be bought while we work on getting the website up getting the website ready for sales so that I don't have to use Etsy anymore. And we need to get that done before he has his surgery. At this point, I don't even know when he's going to have surgery. I still can't believe that just because he's uninsured, he's being shunted to a free clinic that's only open one day a month. mean, it breaks my heart. I can't do anything for him. So, I'm really depressed. I'm really depressed. I don't know how long I can keep sitting here laughing and smiling like everything's gonna be okay. Because right now, everything seems horrible. Absolutely horrible. And I paid off my reservation um, stuff for Knit in the Mitten, and that's in November. That's in the beginning of November, but right now I'm still like, okay, what's gonna happen between now and then? Is my grandmother gonna die? Is my mom gonna die? When's my husband gonna get to have surgery? You know? Um, I just feel like everything's going somewhere, but everything's on hold at the same time. It's really frustrating and upsetting. Um, so, yeah, um, the day before my dad told me about my grandmother having dementia, I had a dream where I was saving my grandparents, and I didn't know from what, but I was trying to get them out of somewhere. Um, so that's another one. Where it's like, go back to Maryland. Um, it had been kind of like my thing, my promise to myself that once all of my kids were graduated from high school, I was leaving Ohio. I was leaving Cincinnati. I was getting the hell out and going back to Maryland. Um, but I've stayed because for my husband, it's just not easy for him to pick up and move. He has so many networking connections here that it's almost impossible for us to go out there because he just doesn't know anybody. Um, so, alright. Something good did happen last week. I got something in the mail. Oh, my hair. It's really terrible right now. I got a Zombie Knit Apocalypse bag. It was sent to me by the lovely Susan from Girl Cave Bags. I had been texting with her because her husband has gone through the same sort of situation of having diverticulitis and having the surgery. And so she's been talking me down off the ledge. And I had been planning to go to Zombie Knit Apocalypse. I have so much yarn here. So much yarn here that I'm not even putting in my store because Etsy charges a fee for each thing that you list. Forget it. So, the lovely ladies, Amy and Megan from Stockinette Zombies, were gracious enough to give me one of the bags with all of the goodies included in it. And so I really appreciated that. I really wished I could have been there. It sounds like everybody had a wonderful time. So, okay, so I had been texting Susan telling her I wish I could be there, and I said, if you have anything there that you sewed that you were pretty sure would be something that I would buy, let me know. I'll PayPal you, and then you can just mail it to me. And she didn't answer. And I was like, this is weird. Why don't you want my money? Take my money. Take my money. But as it turns out, over that weekend during the marketplace, Susan took some time and asked some of the other vendors if they would be willing to donate one of their products to put in my zombie bag. So that was like awesome and great. So this is the bag that I got from Susan. How cute is that? Everything's so pink. I love it. I really do. And this is one of her bigger ones. And I love Girl Cave bags. I have 6 now. I buy a lot of them. I really like them. And then another bag was this is from Ginger of Absolute Wonder. It's a Notions bag. And also included in that is a stitch marker with a zombie face. That is so cute. So I wrote to everybody through Rivalry PMs thanking them, but this is a really cute bag. It's pink, it has castles, and then it just has cute yellow flowers inside. And then this is a bag that was made by Mary Gale of Spartacus Dyes. And it opens like this. You pull the second one up and down like that, and then you spread it out. So there's her little card. Put it there. And then what else? This was from Jen of 716 Knits. And let's see, this is 81% wool, 17% mohair, 2% poly something, 200 yards, and it needs 9 to 11. And it's called Rebounding with the Evil Undead. And it's a really neat colorway. I really like it. It's very interesting to me. Very interesting. I guess, I don't know if she like hand spun this or what, but it's awesome. I'm intrigued. So thank you for that. And also from her, this is very noisy. It's a little metal tin, and inside are tiny stitch markers. And so these are mystery markers. And so those are little tiny markers, and then of course there was one big marker. And it's the bunny from Alice in Wonderland. So when this was sent, it was completely wrapped in plastic. So it really was a mystery. But I was like, this is awesome because I love the White Rabbit. I have a lot of Alice in Wonderland jokes from high school. Um, so it was funny to get the rabbit. Yeah, I it was the 80s. I had really long hair and bangs, but I always wore a headband. And so people said I looked like Alice in Wonderland. So that's what that is. Then I think this was just part of the goodie bag, but it's so neat. I'm going to show it to you anyway. It's a keychain with a mini skein on it. Isn't that neat? And it's from Daisy Knits. So thank you, Jennifer, for that, because she also donated this skein. And it's DK weight, 75% superwash merino, 20% silk, 5% stellina, and it's DK weight, and it's pink and it's sparkly. I love it. And last but not least, in case you were wondering what this is that I've been wearing, this is a braid from Lucky Lindy, who was going to be one of my booth mates at the Zombie Knit Apocalypse, because she was like in the corner and then I was next to her. So we were going to plan on how we were going to set our stuff up, because our tables were going to be abutting each other, and I was like, I should make a friend and figure out how we should do this. But then everything turned to crap. But this is from the lovely Lindy G, who I do believe is going to be at whatchamajig, SSK. So I don't know if she's going to be a vendor there, but this is 4 ounces of merino in the Lotus colorway, and it is very pink with purplies in it. That's pretty accurate. So thank you very much again, Lindy. And that is, I think that's all for now. I don't really have any plans. I just mailed off some door prizes for SSK. So I hope somebody who watches me wins it. That's always fun. Good times. I don't know. I guess that's it. Been playing Star Wars. And playing Rift. And let's see if it's up yet. Ooh. Wait. Is that it? Ooh. Civilization is a game that I play, and my husband pre-ordered the newest DLC for it, which I think is called Brave New World. Yeah, it's Brave New World. It's a second expansion pack. And so it comes out on the 9th, and right now it's 1 o'clock in the morning. And so I'm kind of waiting for Steam to update it. And it's updating stuff, but it hasn't said that it updated that yet. Like, it updated workshop content, and it updated Civ 5, but it doesn't say that it updated the Brave New World DLC. So I'm on pins and needles for that. Like I said, I love history stuff. And I won't bore you with the details of Civ, except that I really love winning culture. Is that a spider behind me? I'll let it live. But it's approaching my yarn. Anyway, I hope you all have a great week, and I'll see you next week. Bye.